Hey girlies, welcome to another girl talk. So girls, let's chat. It's been a minute. If this is the first time you're seeing my face, hi, my name is Linda Mary. I'm a girl from Nairobi, Kenya. I do videos on lifestyle vlogs where I document my life, and I also do videos on personal development, becoming the best version of yourself. So these girl talks are a part of personal development where we uplift each other as girls. So I asked you guys for topics that you want me to cover or dilemmas that you have that you want advice on, and you sent them, so that's what I'm going to do. So the first girlie said, let's talk about finances, and I was like, finances is so broad. So I DM'd her and I was like, what part of finances do you want us to cover? And she said savings. So let's talk about savings. Where do you even start with savings? There are so many ways you can save and so many tips, but what I'm going to tell you is that first of all, before you get to savings, you need to have a budget. You need to be good with your budget, because once you know every month or every week, this amount of money goes here, this amount of money goes here. Once you're able to apportion your salary, or whether you're a business person, the amount of money you get in, then you'll be able to know how much or what percentage can I actually save. You can't just say that, no, I'm going to save 10,000 Kenyan shillings or $100, but you really, when you sit down and try to look at your finances, it's not possible to save that much. So first of all, start with budgeting. So again, when it comes to saving, what are you even saving towards? There are different kinds of savings. The one that you should start with is an emergency saving. Like, should anything happen, should you not get paid for the next 3 months, should something happen, your business goes down, you have some money that you can get and use it to pay your normal bills. So your emergency fund or emergency savings is usually the most important, according to me. Number two, if you're saving for a project, for example, you want to buy something big like a car, you want to move out, you want to do a big project, you can save towards it. That can be separate from your emergency fund. So you can even open a different account for it. If you start from the lower level, there's the locked savings account for M-Pesa users. You lock the money there, whether it's for 1 month, 2 months, you just put the money there from your M-Pesa to M-Shwari saved a locked account. So they're saving for something, a project. And then now there's accumulated savings, where you want to save so that you can start doing investments. So you can be saving, and maybe that amount of money, that is maybe where you can choose a bank that has interest rates, so your money maybe is accumulating some interest. So you can also save so that you can use that money to start investing. Now investing is also another part, but generally that's how you save. Sometimes you need to make more money so you're able to save. Sometimes you need to reduce your expenses, and sometimes you just need to identify what part of your expenditure is important to you. For example, if you watch my lifestyle vlogs, you'll see that a lot of the time I like eating good food. That is important to me. I may not unbox luxury items every week. I may not buy luxury shoes, handbags here and there. I may not travel that much, but I will eat good food, and I want to live in a house that I love, a house that is beautiful. This house of mine is very beautiful to me. Those are things that are important to me. There's a popular Kenyan influencer, they have a podcast. So on the podcast she once said that for her, you will not see her decorating her home, I don't know, buying the latest furniture, painting, whatever, but she'll go on a lot of trips, because that is what is important to you. If you cannot afford everything and also save, you need to figure out what is important to you, so you can do those things, and then the money that you would have spent on other things, you use it to save. For example, for me, I may not buy the latest luxury item, handbag, shoes, perfume, what, but I will invest in a good house, and I will invest in eating good food, and then the rest of the money, I'm able to have more money to save than if I want to live in a good house and eat good food and buy good luxury handbags, and I cannot afford all of them at the same time. So this topic also coincides with another one who has said how to save. Mimi man sijui, my dear, nakula zote. If you don't understand Kiswahili, it means that I just eat all my money, like I spend all my money. So it's how to save. It's still tying to what I was talking about, finances. How to save. Sit down, write a budget. Put that savings in your budget, among your most important things like rent and everything. And then start small. The idea of when you want to start saving is so that you can build that muscle. You can get used to saving. It's not the amount in the beginning. The amount will come later on. In the beginning is getting into the habit of saving, having the discipline to save. So you can start with your Mshwari locked savings account, or you can go and or you can open those fixed accounts that you can't just withdraw money whenever you feel like. And I talked about this on my Instagram stories. I have an account called Hekima account with Cooperative Bank. I can withdraw, I don't know if it is 3 or 4 times a year. I've never exceeded 3 times. That's the maximum. You can't just withdraw at will. So you can start with that, so that it helps you to have that discipline of saving, because you've not said that you're not earning, you are earning less. You've said you spend all your money, which means you have something that you can actually save. Because I know people are blessed differently, and some people, you are literally living from hand to mouth. Even saving is a big challenge. But since for you, you can save, go and open that kind of account. Research on other type of similar accounts, go and open one. If you're employed, you can make a standing order with your bank such that at a particular day that you've chosen, for example, if you get paid on 2nd, so you can say maybe on 3rd of every month, a certain amount of money that you've decided that you're going to be saving is going to be moved from your main account to this account where you're saving. So for example, you've already opened that savings account. You say every month maybe 1,000 shillings will be moved from my account to this other account, So don't aim at starting big. You'll keep thinking about that money and go back and withdraw it. Start as small as you can. Get used to saving. The more you do it, and then the more you see your money accumulating, you'll get so excited. You'll be like, every time you get money, you're like, oh, part of this has to go to savings. Any money that you've not maybe expected, it has to go to savings. Any money, if you get more than you had expected, it has to go to savings. Sometimes you even find yourself like reducing your expenses so that you can have more to save. What I've realized from these questions is that a lot of you want us to talk about finances. We had tackled this on Instagram. My Instagram story is like a mini section. I mentioned that I have a segment for my girls on Instagram where we talk about how to glow up. So this was financially glowing up. I've seen even someone has said talk about in-laws and finances. So finances is a big deal here. Finances. So I think we may have a segment one day specifically for finances. So I don't want this to overshadow all the other topics. Let's go to other topics. This one, in-laws and finances. Unfortunately, I am not married. Not unfortunately, I'm not married. So I don't have experience with in-laws. Okay? But what I know is that your man, your person who has married you, is the one who will decide how your in-laws will treat you. I am telling you, if your man presents you as, this is my wife, she's valuable to me, I care about her, and no one is supposed to mess with my wife, his brothers, his sisters, his parents will respect you. But if he's just like relaxed, like anyone can mess with my wife, they will mess with you. So it's your man to set the standard, your man to set the boundary. I've seen this actually, where I've seen this even in families, like my own families. There are people who come and they're like, you know what, this is my choice and that's it. There's no debate about it. People respect that person. So it's your man to set that standard, because those are his people. You, if you say anything, no matter how nice you are, they will take it the bad way. Another thing I know, and for me personally, I do this even with my own family, not even in-laws. Familiarity breeds contempt. Kuzoeana italeta madharau. There are kinds of families that are so much, when you get into them, they're such a loving family, they embrace you and everything. You won't feel bad when you are that close to them. But for most families, especially when you notice there's a lot of tension, try to put some respectable distance, so that you're not like at your mother-in-law's place every week, come every weekend asking for, I don't know, kerosene, food. Yeah, they'll start to disrespect you. Distance helps. So I don't have much experience with in-laws, but I can tell you those 2 things. Let's talk about, you want to put me in trouble. Someone says, let's talk about dating for money or love. Oh, the thing is, where's my one? Let me sip before I get into trouble for answering this question. What I know is that, for me, I don't think it's an either or. You either date for love or you date for money. I've seen people who've married wealthy men. So this is a girl talk, so it's a girl who has sent this. I've seen people who've married wealthy men who adore them. So they've gotten their money and they've gotten their love at the same time. Yes, it does not happen for everyone. I know that. But first of all, you should know that it is possible to get someone who loves you and is also financially secure, or wants to take care of you. And even when I say dating for money, for me, I think of it as someone who is a provider, who has a provider mindset, someone who's like, I take pleasure in taking care of my woman or my family. That's the kind of person that I want. He doesn't have to be a billionaire, trillionaire, but he can take care, and he takes pleasure. Not the ones who take care of you while they are grumbling, telling you you're useless. What have you been doing at home the whole day? I don't know. Like feeling like you don't bring in any contribution because he's bringing the financial, yet you're bringing other types of contribution. So one, it is possible to get both. Number two, should there be a position where you have to choose whether you're dating for love or dating for money? What I can say, I personally, Linda, I am not dating anyone who is not taking care of their family. I am not dating anyone who is not taking care of their family. My love language, my number one love language is acts of service. If someone does something to lighten my load, if someone does something to make my life easier, to make my life better, I feel loved. That's how I receive love. I was like, oh my goodness, this person loves me. They don't want me to be stressed. They want my life to be better. They love me. So for me, it's easier for me to love someone who takes care of me. That's what I know for me. I ain't dating nobody who is just coming like these two. I'm not doing it. And the thing is, a lot of us normally think that if you get someone who, they're just offering love only, that they'll treat you the best. Why? You guys, you've not seen people who are married people and have taken you to the lowest of the living conditions. Then you are living in terrible conditions, and they are beating their wives, and they are cheating, and they are drinking out there. Well, it's not that like if you don't have money now, now you're a good person. No. Of course, that's not the only requirement, that the only requirement you should come with, provided you have money, we get going. No, that's just one of the things. You need to be a provider. It's not even you need to have money. You need to provide, okay? According to your ability, provide for your family. That's one of the things. Then you have to also look at other things, your character and everything. So, I don't know. I've answered to the best of my knowledge. This girl asked, how to balance work and content creation. Imenishinda kabisa. If you don't understand Swahili, that means that I've not been able to balance the two of them at all. So I would like to hear how others do it, how others balance work and content creation. So when I started content creation, I had a full-time job, and I had content creation, and I had a side hustle, which was article writing. What I can say is that this, number one, depends on the kind of content you do. At the time, I was doing these personal development videos. I was doing sit down. A sit down video is something I can sit down within 30 minutes. I can record, and I was not doing long videos. I can record, or within 1 hour, I can shoot 2 videos. Okay? And that will be enough for one week. Or if you are doing 1 video per week, that will be enough for 2 weeks. So if you're doing sit down videos, it is easier for you. Batch content create, sit down, plan before the day that you are going to shoot. On that weekend that you are busy, even on a lunch break, plan, I'm going to do this video on this, and this video on this, and then write down the main points. Okay, number 1, point 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over the weekend, pick one day, spare 2 hours, sit down, film that video, and then edit for that week, and then edit for the other. So if you're doing lifestyle vlogs, I normally look at someone like the millennial mom, Amanda. She's from South Africa, if you don't know her. When I started watching her, I kept wondering, why is she just doing weekend vlogs? All her videos are like, weekend vlogs. I'm like, why is she just vlogs over the weekend? Because she had a full-time job from Monday to Friday. So she would start vlogging on maybe Friday evening up to Sunday. So if you are doing lifestyle vlogs and you are that busy, you can be doing weekend vlogs. Okay? So you have at least 1 video per week. That's the minimum. Another thing is that you need to give yourself grace. For example, if you have a full-time job and you also do content creation, you cannot do the same amount of videos. Okay, you can, but it will be harder for you to do the same amount of videos than someone who is doing content creation full-time. I can do 3 videos a week. There's a time I used to do 3 videos a week. I can do that because content creation is a part of my life. And then also, when I started content, it was during COVID. And that time, we were working from home. It's different from when you are going to the office from morning to evening. So we are working from home. So for example, when there is less work, you can sneak in, sit down and do a video here quick. Okay, you can, it will be harder for you to do 3 videos, and it will be easier for me to do 3 videos. So give yourself grace. If you can comfortably afford to do 1 video a week, let it be 1 video without fail. Let it be that weekend vlog. If you can do 2 videos, let it be 2 videos without fail. Another thing is that let your videos just revolve around your life if you're doing lifestyle vlogs. Okay, today you're waking up, you're going to work. You can film a lot. There's so many things that I see content creators who are working missing out on. Me, there's content I cannot do now, but content creators who are working have a lot of content that they're missing out on. For example, you're getting ready for work. One day of the week, you can wake up a bit earlier and say, film morning routine before work. I don't see a lot of content creators do that. My morning routine before work. You are the most relatable person, by the way, compared to us, because a lot of people wake up and go to work. So they'll be like, okay, that's also what I do. So what do you do before you go to work? How do you prepare? What time do you wake up? You do what? You brush your teeth? Do you prepare breakfast that time? Do you prepare breakfast the previous night? How much time do you take to get ready? Do you sort out your clothes? Do you pick out your clothes that morning, the previous morning? Like, it will be so interesting. People like, oh my god, I also do that. I'll start doing that because that saves time. What time do you leave the house? How long does it take you to get to work? So what time do you leave the house? There's so much content you can do around your life. That is one thing. My evening routine after work. That is just one evening. You've already gotten a whole video. Videos don't have to be 30 minutes long, 40 minutes long. If you're that pressed, do 20 minutes video. Do 15 to 20 minutes video. I hope that helps. The next one is contraceptives. C says, talk about contraceptives. Okay. I've had contraceptives, 2 types of contraceptives. I can talk about them. The sad part is that a lot of contraceptives are for women. I think there are some for men, but they are not as advanced. I'm not talking about vasectomy, which is almost permanent. I'm not talking about normal ones. There are some for men. They are not as popular and maybe as advanced, and they are not like a variety. And the hardest part is that men are not open-minded. A lot of men are not open-minded about taking contraceptives. They only feel like it's just an automatic. You're with a guy, they're like, are you on contraceptives? What about you? Are you on contraceptives? As a man, because you can also be on them. So it falls on us, unfortunately. Before I started my contraceptives, I'd taken a friend of mine for their antenatal checkup. She was pregnant. So as she was waiting there, I saw there's, I don't know, what is it called? Family planning consultation. I was like, interesting. I paid for it. So I paid for a consultation. It was not expensive. It was 200 shillings at the time. The doctor, that guy, took me through the different types. He brought them out. He was like, okay, this one is the pill. This is how it works. These are the advantages. These are the disadvantages. This is the coil. This is what. I looked at all of them. I was like, and then after hearing about both sides, I was like, okay, I think I'll start with the pill. I think the pill is the most, I like it. And then I was like, if one day I want something permanent, that I'll do this one. Is it called an implant, where they inserted it in my arm? And I removed it a few months ago. I even vlogged it. So I would advise you first go to a doctor and sit down with the doctor and listen to, pay for a consultation if you need to. It's not expensive. So they can take you through all of them. And then based on the side effects, pick which one that you feel like, this one is like, I'll be more comfortable with these side effects. I've also heard that Maristops does some kind of testing. I don't know how true this is. I've not verified, but you can check. Apparently, they also, Maristops tests your blood to see which one will give you the least side effects or the least problems. So they can tell you, okay, this one is the one that you can be more compatible with you, that can give you the least problems, which will be nice. So I said the next time that I want to pick a contraceptive, I'll go to Maristops and see. So that's something. You need to do that because they react differently. My dear, I'm telling you, the reason why I put this is because it was so perfect for someone who was so close to me. Her periods will come like, I don't know, once in 4 months, 5 months, and some people feel like that's a problem. For me, that was like, yay, 4 to 5 months, that's good. But me, it showed me shege. My periods would last 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Yeah, I was tired. So just go and listen, and then know that you may have to put one and change. Because maybe it doesn't adjust to your body well, you may need to change it. So first go and talk to your doctor and then try. Know that some will cause hormonal imbalance. So some of them will be feeling tired, dizzy, cranky, or irritated. Some of them will add weight, some of them will lose weight, some of them will bleed more, some of them you won't bleed. Yeah. Contraceptives is just like the way it behaves differently with different people. So just go and do that. So this person says, randomly becoming a single mom, like the other parent was part of you guys and suddenly this, I think she said, yeah, she was writing disappeared. The text was cut off, but I was wondering, disappeared how? So I wanted to inbox her, but she inboxed me. She said, hi Linda, I couldn't type on the box as it's too long. I meant randomly becoming a single mom, like the other parent was part of you guys and suddenly disappeared. Now all builds on you with an infant and you have no job at the moment. I feel like I'm losing it. Any encouragement or advice? So when she sent me this, I asked her, first of all, is this person okay? Is he alive and well? Because sometimes someone will disappear, maybe they, God forbid, they have died somewhere, or they were in jail, or like something tragic happened and they were not even able to communicate. And she confirmed that this human being is alive and well. How cruel is that? How cruel is that? Number one, this person is very, very cruel, and I'm sorry for what you're going through. And the fact that you have an infant and you have no job, that is double stress. I have been there. The difference is that I knew from the beginning that this person was not there. But this one of just being there and then suddenly disappearing, that is so cruel. That is so cruel. So I'm sorry about that. Number two is radical acceptance. Mami, radical acceptance is accepting things as they are. Not, oh, maybe, you could have, maybe it's because... Accept the situation. Before you say, what can I do? What can I do? You are drowning because you've not accepted. This happened. Accept. You know what? This happened. This person disappeared, left me with an infant. I'm all alone and I'm supposed to be taking care of this child by myself. Accept the situation how it is. Then once you accept, then what next? Okay? It is me. I'm the only one left with this child. So what can I do? Then you start looking for solutions. Number one, I will tell you is that if you have family that can come through for you, especially your immediate family, like your parents, your siblings, if you have family, turn to them. Because you have an infant, yes, you can work. But there's also a limit to how much you can do. You cannot aggressively go at it like someone who has, the baby is older, they can take them to daycare, or they have someone who can help them look after the baby. Ask your family for help if they can give it to you. Whether it's helping you look after the baby so you can go out there. Whether it's helping you financially even for like maybe a month or two so that your baby can become a little bit older. Because once you start living, it's buying those expressing. If you cannot express, you're going to introduce your child to, the packet milk earlier or something. So if you have people you can turn to for help, don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed. We all need help. Turn to them for help. Number two, you have to now get on your grinding mode. I don't know how young your child is, because for example, if your child is like 2 weeks old, surely even your body has not recovered, you cannot like work that much. But if your child is like past 2 months and mommy, you need to get out there and start working. Did you have a job at some point, maybe before you gave birth? Can you get another job? Whether it is someone working online, whether it is working part-time, can you even ask the people around you if they know they can connect you to a job? It may not be the best job, but something that can just put food on your table. Because, you are going through a lot in terms of the abandonment. Emotionally, you're going through a lot. That's one. And then now the fact that you don't have money, you don't have a job, and you have a child. You need to eat, you need to buy things for the baby. You're going through financial stress too. These things are heavy things. So if you at least get a job or a way of working, at least you've reduced the financial stress, even if the emotional pain will take time to heal. So if you can Start applying for jobs. If you can ask people who can give you jobs, if you can find a way to do jobs online, anything, please do. Number 3 is, after you've done all these and you're in a better place, you'll ask yourself, what do you want to do? Do you want to continue taking care of this child by yourself? Or do you want to take this person to the appropriate authority so that he can help you raise the child, even if you guys are not like together? Because if maybe he's in a position to, do you want to? Because that is also an emotional journey that it will drain you. You will see a different side of this person that you've never seen when they appear, because they will do everything possible to make sure that they don't take care of their child. So you need to think about these 3 things. But first is accept. Mommy, it has happened. It has happened, it has happened. It is terrible, but it has happened. I wish you all the best. I don't know if there's any other advice you can give her, please just give her in the comment section. If you've been in this situation, just give her this advice in the comment section. Okay? The next girl says, talk about body insecurities, especially after delivery. So, body insecurities after delivery is a thing. It's a real thing. Because your body will change. Mommy, your body will change. Whether you went through CS, went through normal, your body most likely will change. So first of all, I want to tell you, give yourself grace and stop looking at, those people who get snatched, 2 weeks after delivery. They're like, look at my waist. 2 weeks after delivery, waist wear. Those are exceptions. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with genes. It's not every woman who goes through that. I am among those who are blessed because my body snapped back after 3 months. But it was not 2 weeks. It was 3 months. So after 3 months, my body just went back to... It had nothing to do with... I tried exercising, I think, at 2 months. I almost died. It was one workout. I sweated. I was sweated. I was like, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I'll just give myself time. And then maybe after a few months, I'll try again to exercise. But then I realized after 3 months that my body had gone back. It is not the case with every woman. So your body will change. That is the first thing. You need to accept that your body will change. Okay? So when it does change, give yourself time before you start doing anything about it. I don't expect you to be working out 2 weeks after delivery trying to get back your snatched body. Give yourself time, even if it is 3 months, 4 months. After some time now, you can be like, okay, what can I do? Because I always believe if there's something you can change, if there's something you can improve, please improve it. What can I do? Can you be taking long walks? Okay? Because the things that are dangerous, for example, you want to be fasting long hours, yet you are breastfeeding, you will feel dizzy and collapse because you need the energy, and the milk will not be as much because that is what the baby is feeding from. So you're also starving the baby. So there are things that you cannot do at a certain time. But let me say baby has started eating, you can do the intermittent fasting. So what can you do depending on where you are? Okay? So can you go for maybe walks here and there? The walks will even help to clear your mind. Can you sign up at a gym? Not 1 month after delivery, please. Give yourself a certain period. Can you work out from home? 1. Number 2, is there anything in particular that is worrying you that you can also improve on? For example, do you have excessive stretch marks? They may not go away, all of them, but if you can research on how to reduce the appearance, there are things and there are all that you can use that can reduce the appearance so that they're not that visible. If it bothers you that much, you can do that. So whatever it is you can increase on, first accept that your body has changed and think of it as a good thing because your body has changed. You've brought a new being into this world, a human being. That's a good thing. Whatever it is you can change. I don't believe in people who tell you, just embrace everything. No. No. That does not work. I have friends who their body changed so much, and no matter how much I told them, you're still beautiful, whatever, they just feel like and then after some time there are things that they did, working out, and then they got busy, and and then their bodies started snatching back, and then they're like, oh my god, I feel so much better. So there are things that definitely will sumbua you, will affect you. So if you can change something, change it. And then now whatever it is that you cannot change, that is now what you accept. Now you say, you know what, this is my new body. It is also fine. It is also good, okay? But that's a thing. But a lot of women go through that, so don't even feel anything about it. Our last question is, dating as a single mother, what are the do's and the don'ts? What I can tell you is that, Mimi, this is my personal opinion. My daughter Taraji has never met anyone that I've introduced to her as someone I'm dating, about this is uncle who. I said that's not happening. What you need to know if you're dating as a single mom is that there are men who will approach you just because you're a single mom, because they feel like you are low-hanging fruit, you are desperate, you are the easiest to get compared to someone who doesn't have a child, because you are feeling like, oh my goodness, now that I have a child, my value has kind of, so they feel like you are more desperate, you are easy to get. So don't get that mentality, girl. And that's why I always tell you to work on yourself, work on your physical body, your mental health, glow up, work on your emotional intelligence. Like, just be like a well-rounded human being, and someone who is like valuable. If someone spends time with you, like, wow, that woman, wow. It's not like, oh no, but she's a single mom. So that some men will approach you for that. So you need to know that. Number 2, some men do not like single mothers. Not even do not like. Some men loathe, despise. They feel disgusted by single mothers. It took me time to understand this, and I was like, okay, that's okay. That's not your man. It is not your responsibility to try and convince them, you know what, me, I'm still a good person. Everyone can have their preference. Some people prefer tall ladies, some prefer short, some prefer dark, some prefer light, some prefer the ones who don't have children, and that's okay. Just know that not every man is going to be like, ooh, you're a single mom, ooh, yeah. Know that, accept it. The third thing is that some men will try to use the kid to get to you. I hear of this thing. Me personally, it has never happened to me, because where are you going to use my child? You've never even met her. You're not going to meet her. So the do's for me is to work on yourself, especially mentally. Don't have that, oh yeah, oh my God, now I'm a single mom, now who will choose me? Oh yeah, I'm like the last of the batch, I'm just here. No! You are a gorgeous girl. You're intelligent. You are emotionally supportive. You can add a lot of value to someone's life. Number 1. Number 2, work on your body to look good. Like every woman, not just single mothers. Work on your physical, because this is our currency. As much as people don't want to hear this, our beauty is part of our value. If not, men will not be physical. Number 3 is, don't just introduce random men to your child. Please don't. Because you know, when things don't work out between the two of you, it is not only you who's going to go through a heartbreak, it is also your child. They are also breaking your child's heart. Your child will keep asking, where is Uncle James? Uncle James is no longer coming around. Now you've brought Uncle Peter. Now you've broken up with Uncle Peter. Where is Uncle Peter? Uncle Peter is nowhere to be found. Now it's Uncle Gerald. You are confusing the child. You are putting the child to a lot of emotional. You date. Me personally, I said, if I'm to introduce my child to someone, you know that relationship is serious. It's serious, like we're getting married. Maybe even after the person has proposed. Like, it's that serious. Not like I just started dating and I think he's a nice person, let me introduce. That's not happening. So that by the time your child sees you with someone, they know this person is here to stay. Of course, things may happen and you may not stay, but you've not introduced them to every single person. Another thing is protect your child. Some men date you because they are pedophiles. They are pedophiles. If you're a single mother, don't ever put on your dating profile, if you're dating online, that you have a child, you're a single mother. Some men just target single mothers so they can get to your child and sexually abuse your child. God forbid. Okay? So it is up to you to protect your child. Yeah, date like a normal person, but again, when you are going out to date, don't come with a single mother card like that is like the only thing. That's just one part of you. Like, no, me, I'm a single mom, me, I'm a single mother, I have a... Even the way you tell people about that you're a single mother, the people I've gone with on a date, they've not even known that I have a child. Because it's just date 1. We may not see each other. I don't see us seeing each other again. I don't need to give you details about my child. But now maybe on date 2, I've seen, oh, you're a nice human being. I can just let you know if you are, or if you ask me, I don't lie. If you ask me, I tell you. Or I can say, oh, you're a nice person. I can just tell you I have a child. Or I throw it in there. Oh, I have to get home. I have to put my child to bed. And then, oh, you have a child? Yeah, I do. That's it. Don't talk about your child as if you're ashamed. Yeah, I have a child. Yeah, I have a child. Yeah. Oh, I love her so much. She's just the most adorable child. Like even your eyes light up when someone's like, oh, she really loves her child. If she can even give her child that kind of like, this is such a loving human being, they can also give me that kind of love. But don't go too much into your child. Don't give them so much information about your child also. So what else have I left at? I also feel like this one, dating as a single mother, can be a topic on its own. It's a lot. But those are just the do's. Put yourself out there. Or you are still a woman, you are still a girl, you are still dating. Single mother has the term single. You're still single girl. So date like a single girl. And this will be a topic on its own. One day we might do this. Don't also just be like, your whole identity is a single mom. It's like this by telling me, your whole identity cannot be a mom, or your whole identity cannot be a wife. Like, your whole identity cannot be a single mom. Every conversation cannot be like, my child, my child, you love a child. I love my child so much. But let someone even get to know you first as a person, not just as a single mom. Who is Linda? Okay? I really, really enjoy our girl chats, and the upcoming girl chats will have a twist to it, so watch out for them. If you have advice for anyone who's presented a dilemma, or if you want to add on to any topic, something that I've not covered, please leave the comment below. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me, because that is where people present, these topics and dilemma. And see you in my next video. Mwah! Love you. Nawapenda sana.